Alright, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. In today's video, I will be showing you a budget betting list. Recently, a lot of people have been talking about the promo Sabo being way too expensive. I know it's like 25 or so bucks in the US, which is crazy overpriced, right? Um, and that's one of the really expensive cards. And recently, I've been using the promo Koala in my builds as well, which is also a stupid expensive card. And so today, I figured we'd go over a list where we cut both of those cards out and just make a really budget-friendly version of Bello Betty, as Bello Betty was intended to be before they started printing all these damn promos. So let's jump straight into the deck list. All right, so this here is the deck list that we're working with. Everything is pretty standard, right? We're running our 8 copies of 2Ks, and then we're running like our spammers in Ivankov Koala. And then we're basically just running 4 of everything else. I've just opted to not play Stage, and instead play 4 copies of Race Max. But other than that, this is a pretty standard build, right? I'd say you could also go like down Kuma a couple and play like Usopp. This is like if you wanna roll like the low cost build, you run this, and then if you wanna run the standard build, it's these instead, right? Like you just pick and choose which one you want to replace, right? If you want to replace the koala, you run with Kuma with Usopp, and if you were trying to replace the Sabo, you play the Kuma instead. So this is gonna be the build we're running with today. Pretty standard build, but cheap as shit is what this deck is. So let's jump into a couple of games. All right, so we're up against UP here. We're gonna go second. We're gonna mulligan this hand because we don't have a turn 1 drop. This hand is a lot better. We have double turn 1. Hopefully we can find an Ivankov and a Karasu. Asking for both is kind of greedy. But at least we found one of them there. That's nice. Let's see. If this is Sorojuro, oh, that's fine. Oh, yeah, and he doesn't swing. Okay. Well, we don't have Ivankov here, which is really sucky, but we do have Karasu. Which means we can go like this. And the question now becomes, do I boost and swing here? I actually think I do. It's 1 card for 2 cards. Probably not like really worth it on paper, but I think it's fine to do so. He gets our race max, and he god threads our Karasu here. Nope, he passes with 6 Dawn. Okay, we're gonna Koala into Inazuma. I like the aggro here. Now we'll pitch the hormone like this, and then we're gonna lower him to 5. Yeah, take 5, 5, and 7. And he'll be in a position where he has like no cards. Wait, is he just dead? Wow. Okay, well, he was clearly bricked up. He wants a rematch, sure, I'll give it to him. He was very bricked. Passing with 6 open down is kind of crazy. Maybe I should have predicted that he was bricked, actually. I'll keep this hand. I always keep hands when I see Bello Betty. He chose to go first. Interesting. Giving me my second. Oh, I'm actually going to go raise max here. Hopefully we can find a Karasu here. Otherwise, our boosting is going to be really bad next turn. We cannot find Karasu here. Okay. I think that actually means that I'm just going to go 6. And then I'm going to go Morley. I know that looks a bit weird, but since we don't have Karasu, we're just in a really awkward position right now. Where these guys don't really hit. But it's fine, we'll hit Karasu of this. Never mind. There's the Karasu. Okay, so we're just gonna wait 1 more turn before boosting. He takes. He's going to 9 now, so he can do things. Luckily, we don't really have anything for, like, he doesn't have too much 9 mob value because we're so wide. And if he does 9 Mom, then he doesn't have Dawn up for Giants. Of swinging here, which is pretty interesting. It's going to be Katakuri, which is probably his best play here, right? Because it does leave a Dawn up for Giant. I'm going to start with 6. Counters. We're going to bottom deck to reduce the Katakuri. I'm going to drop him to 5. Going to hit him with a bunch of 5s all around here. Make sure he takes or counters with like everything he has to. And he can't get a free block off the Katakuri because it's only at 5k. There's the... okay, interesting. He went for the Karasu instead of the Morley here, which I think is interesting because I think you actually just die here. No, okay, he had the Giant, but that means he's not getting leader effect next turn. See if he drew any 2Ks. He didn't. He has to block here. Okay, so I think we would just win now because this is unblockable. The thing is, he's in a bad spot either way, right? Because if he blocks the 8k, the 6k here, he loses. Doesn't really matter. All right, GG's. That was some good, quick, easy, fast wins. All right, black purple Luffy. A lot of Luffys today, huh? I'll mulligan this hand. No, we didn't have any early plays. This hand is actually a bit awkward as well, because we do have access to a turn 1 play, but a turn 2 is really weak. Like, it'll probably be Koala Kuma, which is actually why I'm gonna just set up the race max here. Yep, he plays the Robin, which is good. It's better for us than him playing the Zoro down, because now he's used one of his 2Ks. He's gonna swing 7 as well. Ooh, there's the Ivankov. Okay, that might actually change my line of play here. We think about this. Nah, we'll just pop the Robin and pass. We'll settle for it. I really do like Koala Kuma as a turn 2 play. And this way we leave ourselves open to being able to do Koala Ivankov next turn. Obviously really powerful. And this way he doesn't apply any pressure. That's not going to do anything. We're only at 4 Dawn. So we don't mind. Could have actually popped this if I held on to this. Not funny. We'll take this 5k as well. That's a Karasu. It's not bad. But we are going to go 5 cost here. Into Karasu. And then we'll simply boost with the race max. Start with a 5. Demanding a 2k out of him. And then we'll start with another 5. Demanding another 2k. And he basically has to give it to us. Yeah. Because the other 2 are going to be 6s here. He's going to want to take them. Or at least one of them. Alright, nice. The question now becomes, does he win if he plays Rush Luffy here? Because we actually don't have that much counter. And he can go, what, like 7, 7. Okay, that's fine. That literally does nothing because you can't. This changes base power. This is not plus 2000, so you can't stack them. So that is perfectly fine. Actually, I think he just loses now, unless he leaves like 3 down standing. He's used 3 2Ks already, and we're gonna have a lot of swings coming next turn. And we have double Karasu to bring him back down to 5. I don't think there's any problem with that. I would have been way more scared of the Rush Luffy right now. You should not down minus here. See if no, he doesn't realize. Yeah. He probably thought that it was plus 2k, that he was gonna go all the way up to 9k. We're just gonna drop another Karasu here. And we'll pitch the Morley. We'll start with an 8. This should bring the Giant out, because it's an 8 into 5 swing, and a lot of people like to use the Giants here as his most effective way of countering. Crashes at 2k. Okay, that is a little bit worrying, actually. That most likely means that he actually has a bunch of 2ks in his hand. Yeah. But he takes that 7. So does he have another Giant here? That is the question. He doesn't, but he has the counter. Okay. So he might have me now. He's actually, because he messed up and went on -2 here, he actually can't go rush Luffy. So I'm actually not that worried. However, he can still do like 9. Okay, that is just weird, mate. Okay, so he's just new to the deck. Or new to the game, or both. I'm just gonna take these hits here, because he's not killing me either way. I can actually afford to to use this trigger as well. Not that I have to though. There's no reason to actually. Yeah, and then he's gonna swing 8, and we're gonna, even with no 2Ks, we're just gonna bop, 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 bop. And then we're good. And he concedes because he has no don. Okay, he doesn't. Whatever. We win. Okay, that was nice and easy. It's a weird game, dude. Oh, green purple. This really is just purple Luffy the video, huh? I'm gonna go second. I'll keep this hand because Betty is like an auto keep for me. I'm gonna go Nami, which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Finds Gatling. We find Ivankov though. I could grab Karasu here, but I think I'm actually just grab the 5 cost. Because we already have something to play off of our Ivankov. We just want to make sure we don't miss our turn 3 drop. Let's see what he does here on 3. Does he have the Sorojuro? Or is it going to be a 5-5 swing or like an 8 swing? Whatever he feels like here. Maybe Chopper, okay. Take the 6. There's a Koala, okay. Koala's decent. Well, I think this is just... Yeah, that makes sense. He doesn't want this on the board. So that's why you block with it. Because if this sticks on the board, he can't use leader effect. So that if he would have taken or countered this swing, actually wouldn't have swung with the Betty. Okay, it's gonna be Sorrow. That's gonna be frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. It means that he didn't do Sunday Pudding, which is pretty good for us. Let's see, it's gonna be 2, 5, 6. Starts with the 5. We do have a 2k, but we don't have any other counters, so we're just gonna have to let everything go here. Which is super shitty. And because he swung this way, he actually doesn't get the swing. He only has character rush. So now he's in a weird spot. Alright, well, we're gonna go Koala. Mainly because I wanted to go for this. We're drawing every single brick in our deck, by the way. So that's fun. Wow, he's gonna giant. Early game giant is never good. Probably just means that this is another fodder game. Because it's way too early for him to use that. Because like now he just doesn't have access to that many Dawn on his turn, which just means kind of in the shitter, mate. But we are fully bricked, so not necessarily over. But the second we get our engine going here a little bit, he's gonna be in trouble. Especially because he, even though I'm bricked, he still needs to invest Dawn into this to connect, because otherwise I can just pre-block it. Yeah. But since he's at 5, he wants to play Sanji Pudding. Or Sorajuro, I guess. Mine's at 2k. Right, well, we're just gonna go here. Let's go for the Inazuma. I just want to put some more pressure on his ass. We'll start with the 6k swing. Hit him with another 6k swing. Hit him for a 7k swing. Gatling for another 7k swing. Okay, 1k. We're gonna max lower here and then hit him with 8k. Pop is 0. But you gotta deal with Lindbergh the second he hits the board. It's so powerful. The way you can control the board with it. So he's at 7 now, so he could do Rush Luffy. But see here if he has he actually probably does, because we only have the 1k. Probably should have kept the koala standing then. Starting with a 7 here is wrong. But fine. You should, because oh, he's gonna go board. Okay, that's not gonna cut it, mate. All right, well, I think if he swings, because if he swings 6 here and then he could have gone 8-8, I'm basically forced to get 2k counter. No, yeah, 3k counter out of my life, which is an insane price to ask for. He didn't even swing with his lead effect. It's funny. And this is just math, right? Like even a giant. Yeah. Right, GG's. That was another weird game, bro. Alright, finally a non-purple Luffy matchup, but it's not a good one. It's one of the worst ones. So this is going to be interesting, but luckily I do know my Lucci matchup decently well. And we get the God start, but we are going first, which is lucky. Luckily I do kind of know how to play around going first. Not great. I really was hoping for a 5-cost Ivankov here, but I guess I still have a chance to grab that. We could grab Kuma to do Betty Kuma next turn. We could grab Kuma in general to set up some sort of way to pop his shit with Race Max in the future. But I actually think I'm just going to grab Koala here. Spamming characters out is the most important thing in the matchup. And Koala does that the best. Yeah. I got punished for not grabbing Kuma. That is funny. There's the 5-drop for next turn. There's the Kuma. 1 card too late. I'm gonna grab the 2 here, I think. And I am also going to establish race max, I think. Since he's probably gonna pop one of the things, I really do want to keep as much board presence as possible. So now that he goes Lucci or he's just gonna never mind. I was so sure of a Lucci or a Rook. Now I really regret what I've done here. I am going to boost the Morley. And I'm gonna boost this way. Then I'm gonna do this. Just in case I hit a Kuma off the top here. I did not. That's a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Yeah, really shouldn't have played that race max then last turn. We got instantly punished for that. But we were still able to put on a lot of aggression thanks to him not really having the board control from last turn and instead going for the early Kusan play. And he also decided not to swing, so he's trying to starve, I guess. Which is weird, because usually they can't starve because they have to swing to get leader ability. And it's also going to be really bad here because he is going to be able to basically wipe us. Which means we are basically in a really bad need of a 4-cost Ivankov here. Because if we can land 4-cost Ivankov, then we can go Koala Ivankov, boost, bring something out, and then we're looking pretty good again. Oh, it's just who's who. This guy is either bricking like crazy or his build is off. If he goes for Manchery here, he's gonna go for Manchery. But I'm like Tsuru, Kuzan, and grab the blocker Sabo. Interesting, I would have grabbed a 2k. Alright, well, we're still gonna go Koala here. Even if we didn't find the correct piece here. And we're going to boost. Hit 5 into the Manchery. We need that gone. 6 into the Kusan. That demands a lot of cards out of his hand. And we're gonna hit him again for 6 into the Kusan. Finding another 2 cards. And lets it go. Alright, perfect. Well, if he was just gonna let it go, he should have let it go the first time. But surprisingly here, I'm actually gonna take the free block. And now he can has. He has minus the cross here, so he probably has maybe Jack here. It's gonna be Jack, but that is not bad at all. That's so fine. Yep, and then we're just gonna go. Another Manchery is a little bit annoying here, actually. We're gonna go for the 5 cost for Asu, and we're actually gonna minus on the who. I do. No, let's minus the Jack. Then we'll go for the Koala. Actually, pitch the Lindbergh here for leader effect. Start with a 6 into this 4. Gonna let that go. Go for a 7 into the 5. He's gonna let that go. And we'll hit him with a 9. He's gonna take that. And now again the pressure is on him here, where he has 1 life, we have a full board, he only has 1 swing, or 1 real swing, right? We have access to rush in our hand. Like I could counter this, but I don't think that's worth it. Nah, I don't think it is. There's an argument for it, but there's no real reason to, especially because if we draw into another like 6-cost Koala or a 5-cost Ivankov, we can extend for 1 more turn here without feeling like too much pressure, right? Draws Rebecca from Trash with the Manchery. could be Rebecca Hina Lucci. But then I would still have both the Koala and the Ivankov and Leader Swing, so he would still be in a weird spot. Could also be Rebecca. Grab Barto, play something else. It is going to be Rebecca Hina, but without playing the Hina from trash. Instead of grabbing a 2k and playing the Hina from hand. And he's going to minus the Karasu, and then Lucci comes down and pops both of these. Yep. Like I said, we still have 3 swings now. 4 with the Inazuma. And he only has 5 cards in hand, which should not be enough to live this. I'm not really worried here. Let's start with a 9. Ox, let's hit him with another 9. And he loses because he basically has to take care. I'm pretty sure we have math. Oh wow, that is a nice trigger. Luckily, I don't think it's enough still. But yeah, that was a really nice trigger. I probably should have swung with Inazuma first, just because of that trigger chance. Both Tempest Kick and Who's Who here has that trigger. Luckily, it did not matter. But yeah, that was a mistake on my end. But didn't really matter. We won anyways. GG's. Alright, that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this look at a more budget-friendly Battle Buddy deck. And as you can see, it still very much performs very powerful against some of these decks here. And you don't necessarily need the promos to perform. And the promos are going to be reprinted in PRB02. So just hold on until then, and then you can get them for free, basically. Other than that, if you enjoyed, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well if you want to see more content like this. Other than that, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.